So if I buy these shorts from Kohl's for $25.59, and on Amazon I sell them for $73.84, and I would be the only seller, I'd be looking at making a profit of $29.03, which is 113% return on investment over my purchase cost of $25. If this is confusing to you or you're looking to get started selling online, stay tuned. I'll go through how this works and a little bit of why this works, why someone would pay, this much on Amazon for a product that you could just go right now on Kohl's and buy that same product with $31.99 with Kohl's Cash, you get an additional discount. So the main thing is when you're selling online, you want to capture a sale or a clearance. So the saying goes that you make money at the time of the sale. In other words, you have to manufacture a margin. If I go in and buy a pair of shorts at full price, it's unrealistic that I'm going to be able to mark that up enough where someone's going to buy it. But if I were to get that same pair of shorts 70% off, or if I had a coupon for 20% off and I had an additional 20% off from Kohl's Cash, now my cost for a $50 pair of shorts is drastically reduced. So you still would say, okay, if this is having a sale and they can go to Kohl's, why wouldn't they just go to Kohl's with this same listing and buy it there and save all that money? Well, there's a few things here. One, these sales end. So you see this code is here, but it's going to be ending in about a day or two. So when that happens, this is going to go back to the full price of $39.99 or even $52, which is the regular price. So not only is this on sale at $39.99, there's an additional 20% coupon that makes it $31.99. And when Kohl's has an earning period, you get additional 20% cash back on what you spend. That would make these my buy cost of $25. So you see, I'm almost saving 50% off of the shorts. So if I buy these and, size 36 is common, say I buy a few of these and I'm going to go list these on Amazon, I could list this exact same short, same color, same size. Right now, there's no other seller. So I would be the only seller. I could go buy off of Keepa, like what was the last price? That's where that 73.84 comes in. Now, when Amazon was carrying it, it was 25, which is around what I would be paying, but you can see Amazon's been sold out. So if you're looking to buy these shorts, you go on Amazon and you see them available. Yeah, they're a little bit more than what you were expecting, but maybe you still make the purchase. There's a lot of people that the price that's on Amazon, they assume is the price. In other words, they don't go to JCPenney, they don't go to Macy's, they don't go to Kohl's, they don't go to Walmart, they don't go to eBay. They just see what's there and it's a convenience and it arrives in a couple days and they just buy it. So that's why selling on Amazon is so popular. Although you don't have to sell on Amazon to start selling online. People think that they have to go through this whole registering a business and having a business account and going through their approval process. I mean, you could buy these shorts and list them on OfferUp. You could list them on Nextdoor. You could list them on Facebook Marketplace. You could list them on Mercari. There's a lot of places out there that you can register and immediately start listing things like this to start getting sales on things that are, making sales on the things that you buy and start making money online. So my advice is always start slow, really understand the ins and outs. You see a lot of people who are trying to scale as fast as possible. I did that, but when you don't track costs, you don't take into account returns and things like that, it can really catch up with you. So if you start slow, you'll start to recognize, these different things of when you can find a really good deal, when you're going to be in a good position to sell something like on Amazon or eBay or something like that and make money and without having to spend a ton of money up front. So usually what I'll do is if I open a retailer's site like Kohl's, I'm going to go to there's Kohl's coupon section. You can see there's items that are up to 70% off. There are 50% off of beauty. There's 20% off with a coupon. So normally you would just go and you would click clearance and start browsing. It's going to bring up all of the items. And you can see just on clearance, there's 4,606 items. which is great. And a lot of these have, not only are they on clearance, so they're on sale, but they also have that additional 20% off code. So some of these you're going to get a really good deal on. And, if you were selling at close to full price, you'd make a pretty good margin. So the problem is, of course, with 4,600 different products to choose from, and a product like this dress that not only has that dress, but it has 4 different colors and it has 6 different sizes. So, that's a lot of different combinations. Each one of those would be a unique item that you would either list on Amazon or eBay. If you were buying medium in black, that is one item. You can see there's a bunch of different items here. So you can quickly see that if I go back to this clearance, there's a lot of products. Now I could go and I could just sort by, say, best selling, because those are going to be like the most likely to have a good sales rank and good velocity on places like Amazon. And I could just go through these one by one. But again, you could see, especially with pants, not only do you have 5 different sizes, but, or 5 different colors, every single color has an additional 10 sizes. So that brings me to web scraping, where I can come up with a spreadsheet that web scrapes and downloads all of these products and tells me what my buy cost is on Kohl's, what the going price is on Amazon, how much profit that means to me, what would my ROI be for what I'm paying versus what I'm getting in return, the sales rank showing me the velocity of the item. The lower the sales rank, the better. The number one sales rank means they sell the most. So lower is better. Plus, I have a lot of other price things where I can look at how many does Kohl's have in stock, how many competing offers are there, how many times has it been reviewed, the number of drops, things like that. So this is all done through web scraping. There is a service that I have that automates this process fully, where you can go to Kohl's and take a list like this clearance with 4,600 products and download all of these products automatically through the scraping tool. And that's where it'll produce that sheet. So not only is it going to get all of these products, it will get every single variant and directly match that to Amazon. So that's an important tool. It's not required for you to start sourcing, but most new people who are getting into selling online are like, okay, I understand the principles, but actually finding a good product to sell that has low competition, that I can make a good margin, that's where they spend most of their time. And web scraping is an absolute shortcut for that. So I do have links in the description. I have a Discord. We have free trials, things like that. So if you're interested, check that out. Otherwise, what I'll do is if I'm looking for sales, I'll literally just open up different retailers, right? Most of them will have some sort of offer on the landing page that you open or their homepage. If not, they'll usually have a section here for sale. And then if I click that, it'll take me to different offers that they may have. Under this sale, I may also see things like all sale and clearance. Here's a 25% off coupon. But again, anything that's going to give me a list of items like this is some things that I can scrape and have that spreadsheet. So there's videos that deep dive into how to use the spreadsheet for scraping. We also have a service that sends you fully formatted spreadsheets. You don't have to worry about scraping if you don't want to. But basically you're looking at things here. Now, if I go in here and I see, okay, great, I can buy this $2,000 sectional, probably not going to sell that on Amazon. I can use filters to filter out, different things. So I can definitely filter, say, by price point. If I didn't want to see, something that was $2,000, I could say, okay, show me just, either under 50 or 50 to 100. Things are probably going to be a little bit more easily shippable than, things like that. So here's now a comforter, here's a bathing suit, here's jewelry, here's clothes. So I can then go by department. I can go, say, if I want to do, I can do clothing, or I can do, say, shoes. Shoes is very important. So I'll do men's shoes. I'll go down and I'll do women's shoes, and I'll view those items. So Now, again, I'm filtering what I'm looking at. It's still going to be very difficult to know which of these items are actually selling on Amazon, which I'll be allowed to sell on Amazon, and are they profitable? That's again where scraping comes in. You can take this Macy's URL, tell it to scrape this list. You can do all 4,000 items if you really wanted to. You could start with, say, the top 500 best-selling items by sorting that by bestsellers. And now you tell it, okay, I just want the top 500 items here. And it's going to go through and scrape those and tell you which ones are on Amazon and how much money that you can make. That's really all there is to why it works. Again, all of these clearances will eventually end. And if you're someone who is looking for this Ralph Lauren cap or shirt or outfit, yeah, there's a markdown right now, but if you come back in a week and you're looking for, people buy shoes all day long, like, this is $110 pair of shoes that are now somewhere between 43 and 66. In a week from now, this sale may be over, they may be sold out, and you're not going to have that option to buy it at this price. What you're probably going to do is look on Amazon and see, what do they have, and then decide if you're going to buy it. So another thing is if you go in here, there's limited quantities, as you can see. Some of these have already sold out. Well, if you get a common men's or women's size, say like 8 is fairly common, and see there's low stock. But what if I buy as many of those let me? Maybe I'll buy 10 of these, right? Now, not only do I have 10 of these that I could sell on Amazon, but someone else coming in trying to see this sale or Googling this shoe, Macy's is now sold out. So they can't compete with you because they missed out. And you bought this and now you can list it. So that's kind of another thing that you're looking for is, sometimes the scraping, like on this Kohl's scrape, will actually tell you the availability here. Some of them they have 1,400 in stock. That's great. But some of them they have 15, right? Or 18 or even 4. So if you were to buy all 4, again, now this is sold out and, you're looking at selling this on Amazon, you'd probably not have as much competition as something that they had, say, 1,300 of, and people are going to find these through scraping or not through scraping and just say, okay, now you're going to have 4 or 5 other people listing at the same price. You're going to start competing on the price. So something to be aware of. But if you're patient and you can lock in a really good cost on some of these items, you can see that, the price that's on Amazon definitely higher. And if you're patient, you'd be looking at making, 15, 17, 18, 20, 30 dollars per item that you sell. So you're not going to get rich selling one item unless you go really, high dollar value items, which I don't recommend since you probably get returns or scams. But you could sell 10 of these, and now all of a sudden you're making, almost 200 by this one item because you bought 10 and sold them all. So that's the principle of how it works. I went through the same process as an absolute beginner. It was very difficult for me to find products to source. I was spending a lot of time just looking up a product to see if I could find the same thing on Amazon. There'd be ones that look similar but were slightly different. There'd be ones that I couldn't tell if it was the exact one or not. And then you can get into trouble where if you sell something as, one color or one brand and it turns out it's different, then you're looking at a return and all of that. So scraping helps by, matching exactly that same item. And again, you can go through this list. So if I unfilter this list, you can see this one scrape I did on Kohl's produced 5,000 different items that are on sale. Now, not all of them are profitable, and there's different things that you can do in here, when you're looking at some of these items, whether or not you're going to make money or not. But you can absolutely sort by, ROI, and see like what is the top things that you can make money on, and just sort the list and work your way through. You could also sort by sales rank. Maybe you don't want to see ones that have a really high sales rank or no sales rank, but you can quickly filter it. But the general idea is that you can get a lot of different results through an automated process. And then instead of spending time trying to find the product or doing research, is this a good thing to sell? Here you have all your information. And now you're just saying, do I want to sell this particular product where it says, I can make $47 profit, and then, looking at velocity, competition, the typical things that you would do on Amazon. There's a lot of videos out there that evaluate, is this a smart purchasing decision? So, but what I was mostly wanting to focus on is, why does it work? Why would you be able to buy something and then sell it at a higher cost? It's because you're looking for things like this that are going to be on clearance or on sale or have a coupon, or if you have cash back, you use a credit card that gives you cash back. There's a different cash back offers. There's a lot of different ways. There's rebates. There's a lot of different ways to manufacture margin. It's important that you do that when you're making the purchase, because you're locking in that price. So if I buy these and say it's $43, this goes back to $110. That's fine for me because I've already bought it. I've already locked in my buy cost. I have that product that I can send into Amazon or ship myself, and this is my cost, even when when it's not on sale. So most sales that you'll see are temporary. They're not a lot of them go on for more than a week. Many of them are one day. Some of them are a few days. So here's, again, up to 50% off with coupon. And, if you didn't want to do web scraping, you could absolutely start looking through this list and see if you can find that product on Amazon. And now you're getting this particular product at $26, with the coupon code, and just see what it sells for on Amazon. But of course, you can scrape a list that has 8,946 results and be able to get this automated sheet and then filter and start looking on the sheet like this, and start to look through to find good products and those good sourcing decisions. You're not limited on what you can scrape. You can literally search for anything. Of course, doing actual sales and clearances and coupon codes is recommended. But say you just wanted to, look at all Nike products. It doesn't have to be on sale. There's weird things that happen on sale. There's supply and demand. If this is you sort by, say, best sellers, and those products sell out on Amazon, like this backpack during, say, it was back to school, right? And people are like, I need a backpack for my kid. They go on Amazon. They don't want to go on a different site or pay for shipping or whatever. They're used to their Amazon. They're used to Walmart, whatever it may be. You're going to be able to, maybe this is only $10 off, but if on Amazon for this same product, it's sold out and there's no one selling it, or all the people that had a good competitive price, or even Amazon itself, have sold out. Now you're starting to get those third-party sellers that are going to come in once Amazon sells out. They're going to say, okay, well, you can either pay $69 or $72, $73, or not buy it, right? And maybe Amazon comes back in briefly, and then it's a great price, it sells out. So that's the kind of things that you're looking for. The nice thing, again, about the scraping is it captures the moment in time. What is that price? Now, the price may change. If I look up any of these products, I'm clicking on the link and it's opening it side by side, the exact product on Amazon. Again, this is an example of a product that's not available. I look at if I go back to Kohl's and click that product, it brings up that exact match. Again, you can see it's the purple, it's petite, the exact same thing is on here. It's the same thing, same scrub in extra small. So again, you can see what is the price. Right now it's out of stock. So being the only seller is great, but you can see the last time it was 92. Someone even sold it for 106. Of course, you can go in there and see, did actually any of those sell? I could say this is $1 million, but if no one buys it, then what's the point? But there's different things. You could be looking at sales rank and things on here to focus on the items that really have good movement and sales rank. The last thing you want to do is, hey man, this is I'm going to make $164 on whatever the product this is, right? I can make 1,000% ROI. Well, yeah, I can buy it for $14.97 and try to sell it for $200, but with no sales rank and one offer and, no sales history that anyone's ever purchased it before, I might just be sitting there forever. So there are some things that you'll be looking for when you're sourcing by scraping, and when you're looking at these different sales, you're going to want to make sure that a lot of times you're sorting by best selling and things like that, so that you are finding the things that are going to move. Like socks move like crazy. Everyone's buying socks. People are buying backpacks. They're buying clothing. Those do tend to have a little bit higher return. But again, if you're doing a really good velocity and you're on top of your returns, most of the time they're returned in brand new condition that you can relist and resell. It shouldn't kill you with the returns. I found that things like shirts and socks and underwear and pants have a lot less returns than, say, shoes. Shoes either, don't fit. People have a pretty good idea of their clothing size, and it doesn't tend to vary. It doesn't mean I don't get returns on that, but they have really good velocity, a lower amount of returns. And even if you're only making $5 or $10 profit, if you're selling it over and over and over again, you're finding, good products that you locked in a great price. That's how people end up scaling up and start making money per month and all the different things that you see on Amazon. So moral of the story is, if you're going to be looking for sourcing, definitely open up different sites. They don't have to be clothing sites. You can do things like Best Buy. Pretty much any retailer has some sort of sale going on. Like this is a belated Labor Day sale. Here's clearance. You want to be careful with open box. You want to be able to sell it as new. There's top deals. So again, you can do a scrape on Best Buy. It's one of the sites we support. But even if you don't, you just, okay, let me see clearance, right? Let me make sure that, and then you just start looking at the different types. Maybe you want to look at computers, maybe you want to look at headphones. Shop All is going to start giving you that list, and that's what you can do to start sorting by best selling. And then again, what you're looking for is, is this selling on Amazon? What's the price? Since I'm getting it, I'm saving $14, getting it at 20. What is this price on Amazon? Is it worth buying and then selling? And then, of course, you're also going to be looking at how easy is this to ship. Or you could also be sending these into Amazon, of course. But even the more bulky items are going to cost a little bit more for Amazon to ship or for you to ship. A lot of people like to sell video games. If they get a hot selling game that they happen to find on sale, or if it's a game that still sells really well but is now on clearance, those are very easy to ship. You just take a small envelope. You can, ship that for probably $5. As opposed to, something that's like a computer desktop. It's going to be a lot more a monitor. It's going to be a lot more difficult to ship. So let me know what you think. If you have any questions on that, there's a lot of different videos. If you want to subscribe, there are scraping related, mostly because that's such a game-changing way to source, but also how to use that effectively to find and make sure you're making the right purchases. Deciding whether or not you're going to sell it yourself quickly by buying it today, listing it, taking advantage of its current price, or sending it to Amazon, where it's going to take 3 or 4 weeks to get to Amazon and be listed. But if you have a really stable priced product and you found it at a good price, that's a great way to not be responsible for the shipping and returns and all of that. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next video.